From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabbytha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game.
That was Nikodas. I am Tabbytha, and up next, breaking your traits, is Grebog.
It's all my fault. That's what we've learned this week. Yes, so computer run program Fleet Action Report episode 234, Cooking with Dill. If you'd like to support us, one, being here is a support enough. But you can also subscribe.
I need more coffee. Tell them how to get me more coffee, Grebog.
You could also, if you don't want to give money to Twitch, you can buy us a cup of coffee at ko-fi.com/GREBOG. Yeah.
A word of warning, I am severely sleep deprived. I only got a couple hours of sleep last night.
I hear sleep is for the weak.
Tabby, why don't you start us off and tell us about your week?
Well, after a couple of nights of getting like some good solid 9 hours of sleep at a time, last night I only got like 2. So yeah, that kind of explains a lot of things of that explains a lot of things about my mental state right now. But otherwise I've been just kind of relaxing. We're doing some actually picked SWOTOR back up this week, and been puttering around in there with Nimue.
Do that.
What's that?
Why would you do that?
It's fun. I like it.
Okay. As long as you like it.
Yes. It's been kind of fun playing around in there, but I didn't really get it once they introduced, because I haven't played since 7.0, so I never really got a chance to play with the whole switching the combat styles and the character stories. So I'm actually playing an assassin in the warrior combat story, and it's pretty fun.
Okay.
And yeah. And of course, playing some STO. Not quite doing the hectic leveling or mastery of ships that Grebog is doing, but otherwise, just kind of chilling out in the freezing tundra that is my area of the country. How about you, Grebog?
It's been a week. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. Nikodas, what's your week's been like? How you been?
Really? Okay. Hi.
Oh, wow. That's fair.
I'm ready for take 2 of the snowpocalypse here in Indiana. There's a little bit of a debate as to when that's supposed to start overnight. My job says it's supposed to start at 4 a.m., which means my drive-in is going to be fun. But according to my family, they say it's not supposed to start until 10, which I'm cool with because I'll already be at work by then, so it won't matter. We'll see how that goes. Gaming has been odd this week. STO has still taken up a lot of my time. I did level one of my many, many alts for a little while, and worked on a build with them. Actually, it's the same build that Katis is sporting right now, although they're using Tetrion weapons rather than phasors. But outside of STO, I've been playing Sins of a Solar Empire 2 with some friends over in Ohio. That's been interesting. No Star Trek mod out for that yet, although supposedly there is one in the works. There is kind of a low key Star Wars mod. Like they updated the models and situated it kind of over one of the base races. So a lot of the play style and stuff is the same. Kind of makes me wonder if they're going to update that further. The models look amazing though. So that's been fun.
So for the first Sins of a Solar Empire, there's a Star Trek Armada 3
Yeah.
mod. And that one is so fun. I love it.
I have yet to win a game of that, but yeah, it's fun. The models look good. Yeah, that's pretty much been my week. And Grebog did his, so I guess we're talking about this week in STO. So first and foremost, they updated Space Dock, but only on the outside. It does look really good. I like this. The doors are bigger. The little pods out here each have their own doors. Now the little doors don't open, but when you approach the big doors, they do. You can
And
actually
like
peek in there.
yeah, and like you can actually like go in and out like the space dock doors. Like it doesn't like auto transport you into the space dock anymore.
Oh,
You can
really?
actually like fly into the doors
I
and
haven't actually tried that.
yeah, like if you look on my screen, I'm like in the space dock just kind of like sitting inside and I'm about to fly back out.
Oh, is that where the prompt's coming from that I keep getting?
Yep.
That's cool. Oh, and
Actually, that's not, I don't think that's me.
there's a button to open the door.
Yep.
And it won't let you go all the way in, though,
Nope. But you can just kind of sit in the door.
to take shots and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
You
I'm
can just like super slow boat yourself out of space dock like your Star Trek the motion picture. Like imagine you've got that like super epic dramatic music going in the background as you like take 45 minutes to leave space dock.
Yep. Yep. True to the show, right? The movie. I still can't go full impulse yet. The Earth looks really, really good. Um, I kind of, I kind of miss being able to fly around it, but
Yeah, I
I,
yeah, we
I
used to be able to get some really amazing shots because like you could fly around it, you could like fly over the top of it and get some like really dramatic shots, like being over the top of the Earth with the sun in the background. You could just get some epic, epic shots, but no more.
still pretty cool though. If you do reach the edge of the map, it will reset you. It no longer will let you fly off into the void. It no longer gives you the option of just flying along the edge of the map. Once you hit the edge, it resets you. We did discover as we were kind of setting up for the show today that McKinley Station is indeed over here.
Very small.
Uh,
I mean, it's
I
an old
gotta,
station. What do you want?
I gotta find it again. I lost it.
It's sitting right beside me. It's on my
Oh,
screen, y'all.
okay. There you go. Um, I thought the taller station that used to be over there was McKinley. I was wrong. That was apparently the San Francisco shipyards, which are now gone. But McKinley is there, and we've seen McKinley on the shows. Um, One of the episodes of the Next Gen had the Enterprise D sitting
Family.
there with the saucer section under those arms.
No,
So,
brothers.
yes, thank you.
Because it was after Best of Both Worlds Part 2 when Picard goes home to France.
Yep.
Oh,
to the vineyards. Yep.
And
I
here's
remember
probably
that.
why they removed the San Francisco shipyards, because if I understand correctly, they would have been in a geosynchronous orbit with that, which means the shipyards, since they have the Earth rotating, the shipyards would then also be moving through the sky out here for us players, and they probably didn't want to deal with figuring that out.
That's fair.
Yeah, and like we would just be sitting here minding our own business, and we would just get smacked in the deflector with a shipyard. And
go ahead.
And now people are saying in chat that the planet's rotating backwards, and I'm pretty sure it's not. Well, hold on. Now I'm trying to put it in my brain. They maybe they did put it backwards. Because night is falling on the east first. Yeah. That means the sun would rise on the east first. But no, it's rotating right. A lot of people, it's a different perspective. You don't normally see the Earth from this perspective. And because they aren't going to move the sun. That's just something they're never going to do. So they just make it so the planet's rotating under us.
I'm okay with it. I think it looks gorgeous. Along with the update, though, there came a new feature. The traits, the traits in the loadout system are completely busted. When I logged in, I had traits pulled up that I never use, and it's also not saving my loadout. No matter what I do, it still says unsaved changes, and clicking on it is not a good idea. It puts everything back the way it was when I logged in.
So it's a new feature because sometimes you have new traits in there that you weren't using, and it also means that now you will go in and potentially select different traits than you normally would use. And so this is the trait exploration feature.
Random traits every time you log in.
To explore strange new builds, to seek out
new traits and new ways to use them. It does appear that once you get it set up, it will stay. So like switching maps and whatnot, my traits have stayed, but I can't save the loadout. So the next time I log in, they'll probably be messed up again. And I haven't done any TFOs on it yet either. Maybe when we're done with our primary target, we can run one real quick to see if the traits stick around. But yeah, I don't know. Who wants the next piece of news? I did the first two.
So the galaxy has gone to red alert again. You have until the 14th, so you still have a few days left to get your 10 daily progress completions. The reward this time is 1 ultimate tech upgrade, 1 specialization point, and 1 experimental ship upgrade token. Yeah. And red alerts are easy to do. Take like not even 5 minutes, some of them.
True.
Oh, hang on. OneNote is giving me the nasty message of we can't merge the changes.
Yeah, I've got it up to when I clicked on the thing to show it, it just showed like the entire thing in red.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's not recognizing.
I don't know either. OneNote, we like to tell you everything's broken when everything's not.
I will.
It's a feature.
When we're done, or maybe tomorrow when I'm at work, I'll like remake the page so it goes away. But it's fine for now. There's a double XP event going on. It lasts for 5 more days until the 14th. Any content that provides skill points and expertise will reward a 100% bonus, so double. It's a great time to level those alts.
And there is a new mud bundle, Old Rivals Choice Pack. It is 50% off now until the 15th, which normal price of for the select 3 is 29,500, which would mean 14,750 Zen right now. Or if you want to buy everything, you get it's 50,000, or right now with 50% off, 25,000. In this, they added in the Zindi Insectoid Olane Heavy Strikewing Escort, the Sphere Builder Idolg Science Vessel, the Nakul Aturos Battle Cruiser. And yes, you can see in this image, there's also, if you do, you can select other stuff. However, typically, normally the best bang for your buck is getting the ships that you can't get otherwise, without Lockbox or Lobby. Though not a lot of people are impressed with the ships in this bundle, so I mean, get them if you like the ships. I don't think they have consoles or traits that are beneficial. I don't know. Depending upon your perspective, what they're good or not. I've heard not.
Yeah, to say a lot of people are not are unhappy with it is a little bit of an underestimation. Like, I haven't seen anybody that is like happy with this.
It seems an odd choice.
It's fine. As what I heard and what I've decided is, I might have the Zen right now. I'm going to save my Zen for anniversary bundle. Hopefully that will be much better.
It's fine.
But we have another month before we get more anniversary bundle stuff.
Yep. We'll see how that goes. So that's it for the news. Our primary target today is dilithium. How do you get it? And how do you refine it?
Where does it come from? Where does it go?
There you that would have been a great name to the episode. There you go.
Oh my god.
That's the Grebog I know and love. All right, so who wants to start us off? Tabby, you haven't talked a whole lot. You want to take this one?
Yeah. So earning dilithium ore, you've got a couple of different methods. First up, you've got passive methods, or passive-ish, because they still require you to click buttons and log in and stuff. You've got duty officer missions, which are, I will pull them up on my screen here. Your little duty officers here, you send them out on missions to do things, and usually your most loyal ones will bring you back dilithium amongst other rewards, and if they don't, you can like maybe airlock them or something. Oh wait, no, we're not Klingons. Never mind. No, like some of the Klingon duty officer missions, you can actually like execute duty officers for incompetence.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
So like, yeah. Otherwise, you can do Admiralty, and this is actually it tends to award more dilithium, especially if you do a focus on the Klingon Empire Admiralty. Wait, no.
And the Ferengi.
And yeah, the Ferengi. If you do the Ferengi Admiralty, and you get the campaign level 10, then you get a 30,000 dilithium ore bonus pool, and that really and pretty much that gives you extra dilithium whenever you earn dilithium up to 30,000. So kind of keep that rolling. You get extra dilithium coming in.
Isn't that a one-time reward though per character?
No, every time you hit the Ferengi 10 campaign, pretty much as you do the So pretty much as you do the Admiralty missions, you'll get the Admiralty. You'll get the the campaign. Let's see if I've got one of them on deck right now. I
Tour
don't, but like
duties.
as you, oh
The
yeah,
tour of duty. There you go.
tours of duty. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, when the tours of duty come up, when you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you do it, the tour of duty 10. Once you complete it, you'll get a reward. The reward, and it's repeatable. And so the tour of duty 10 for Ferengi is the bonus pool, and it's repeatable. Every time you do the tour of duty 10, you'll get a 30,000 dilithium ore bonus pool, and it stacks up. And like the Romulan one is 4 Republic Universal Tech upgrades, which is fine. And the Klingon one is 40,000 dilithium vouchers, which, if you're still building up a fleet, is pretty nifty. Because you can just turn around and just dump all that dilithium into the fleet.
Okay, that's fair.
But the most valuable one is that Ferengi Alliance bonus dilithium. And especially for the purposes of the show.
All right. Well, thank you for handling that. I don't actually play with the DOFs or Admiralty system as much as I probably should, so I would not have been the right one to talk about said things. Although it doesn't look like the Romulans reward any dilithium, so that's interesting. All right,
the Romulan Admiralty does reward dilithium, but like the Tour of Duty rewards the Tour of Duty rewards the
upgrades.
The upgrades, the Universal Tech upgrades.
Gotcha.
And Federation rewards specialization points.
Okay. Fair enough. No, I mean, I was just looking at my Admiralty system. I'm level 6 on the Romulan rep, and the missions that I have up, all 5 of the missions that are here, none of them reward dilithium. Although there is a box, so I don't know what's in that box. Okay, so the box has crafting material in it. Oh, there you go. R&D materials. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. So that's the quote unquote passive ways to earn dilithium. It's not really passive, but then there are a few repeatable ways. Let me actually click out of the game so I quit moving my ship around. Repeatable methods include random TFOs, and a lot of people will say this is one of the best ways. I don't know that I agree with that, but I don't know that I disagree with it either. So running a random TFO queue, and I'm talking about this queue right here. On normal, it will reward 480 dilithium. On advanced, it's 720. Oh, and I should note that this is dilithium ore, not refined dilithium. So this is the ore that you have to refine. We'll get to that later. Normal is 480, advanced is 720, elite is 1440. And then every time you complete a random TFO, you get a box that usually has marks in it. Those boxes, when you open them, will also give you dilithium, and it varies from between 500 and 3,500. And there was a list. It determines it based on the difficulty that you were running, and then it's also the rarity of the box. So, like, to get the 3,500, you have to be on elite, and it has to be one of the epic, the gold colored boxes, and it will give you 3,500. Usually, you get one of the lesser boxes. So, take that as you will. And yes, Grebog, that seems to be on repeat.
Yeah.
Patrols. So there are two types of patrols in the game. Now, this is one that I think would probably be a good way to farm dilithium. So you can use the patrol queue, which is this button here, and you go to patrols. This is the queue system. Each one of these that you go through will give you dilithium. If it's a normal difficulty one, it will give you 500. If it's one of the hard ones, it will give you 750. There are 29 of these patrols in total, and each one can be ran every 30 minutes. You won't get through them all. Usually you'll find a handful that you really like, and they'll take you very long, and you just kind of cycle through them. Then there are some patrols, there are system patrols that are not in this queue. There's some in Federation space, but they will not award dilithium, so I'm not including them. The ones that I'm including are in Romulan space and the Delta Quadrant. Each one of those patrols will reward you 480 dilithium. There are 29 of those in total between both areas. Basically, if you want, you can go look them up and find the list. Oh, right, because I'm here. But, like, for the Romulan ones, it's a lot of these down here around Romulan space. Now, not the big ones that you see, although Galorndon is one of them. But, like, the Archer system is one. There's a few smaller systems in this area by New Romulus and the Dyson Sphere. You just basically find this little path and go run them. Some of them are exploratory, some of them are combat, some of them are scientific. I did one yesterday where I had to escort a pod of what are they called, Gekli, through some Hirogen hunters that were trying to get them, and they followed kind of this zigzag path. And if you got too far away, they would stop. So it's like an escort mission that you run in other MMOs. Take that as you will. There's also the episode replay. You come up here, you pick a mission, you click on replay. It will tell you what the rewards are down here. Most of these give 192 dilithium. I did find one or two the other day when I was going through this that had a bigger reward. I don't remember where they are. But I found one that was, let's see, I lost it again. 720. It offered 720 dilithium. But again, if you get bored running the other ways and you still need some dilithium, you can just run old or rerun missions. Let's see. Episode replays I did. Reputation. Now, this is a big one. If you have the reputation points, you can get dilithium ore this way. And let me find one that I have a bunch still. There we go. Terran Task Force. I have over 2,000 marks. So you can come in here to the projects, and there's going to be this one, Continued Task Force Support or Continued Support, depending on which one you're at. This takes 15 marks and gives you 340 ore, although that's per hour. The big one in here is right here, this Trade in Marks button. For every 50 that you trade in, you get 500 dilithium ore, and there's a slide bar. So you can do as many or as little as you want. It tells you what the total price is, and then you get, like, I'm going to get 2,500 just for doing that. Boom, there you go. If you have the elite marks that you are willing to get rid of, each set of 3 that you turn in gets you 1,000 dilithium ore. That's a really quick way to do it if you have a bunch of resources that you're just sitting on. And that's all I got for the repeatable methods to get dilithium ore.
Well, battle zones, they too are repeatable, just a little bit different. So there are, as many of you know, many different battle zones in the game. They every so often will add more or like another one if the story permits. Like we have the Badlands Battle Zone, which is where you'll go in and fight in the Badlands a bunch of Terran Empire Mirror Universe folks that decide that they want to try to set up camp, and you are essentially trying to push them out. You get 60 dilithium per point captured. But then when at the very end, when you are defeating the different mirror bases, you'll get more dilithium depending upon how many bases that you clear out. So if your group only does 1, you get 60. 2 gets you 120, and 3 240. Yeah. So it's you can continually just run the Badlands Battle Zone over and over. Pretty much all of these you can pretty much run over and over and over and over and over again. So then we have also the Tefera invasion. Now this one is a bit of an older one. It's kind of on a different setup than the standard battle zone. Essentially, there are 3 different mission givers. Each one will give you will have options to give you missions in the 3 different regions. And then there is a Fed, Captain Kazmina. She will give you a hard mission if you are up for the task. And then there's also, for the KDF, Captain Weck. He will also have a hard mission for the KDF folks. Each mission giver outside of that will have 1 hard mission, 2 medium, and 2 easy. The hard missions will all give you 480 dilithium, but they reset every 20 hours on a cooldown. The medium missions, they give you only 336 dilithium per, but those are on a 30-minute cooldown. And then the easy ones, they are 240 dilithium each and 15-minute cooldown. So I know there are some people that like to go to something like Tefera to do, like, because at 15 minutes you can probably run all 6 of the easy ones and keep just cycling through from one area to the next. And like I said, so there are technically 4 hard missions, 6 medium missions, and 6 easy, enough to keep you busy for your entire playtime. I'm going to jump to the Tholian and Incursion one next. I know I put this kind of an alphabetical, but the Tholian one is also dated, much like the Tefera Borg one. The Tholian one also has hard, medium, and easy difficulty. The timers are different. The hard ones are technically PvE queues. And what that means is there's 2 TFOs. One is, how you can go and fight the Tholians on the ground and don't step in the water, or you fail the optional. There's another
the transdimensional tactics thing.
Yes. So there's 2 different TFOs, a ground one, I think a space one, and both of those are part of the hard. Those reset on a 30-minute timer because they're TFOs. Then there are medium missions that you can pick up. Those are 900 dilithium each, also on a 30-minute cooldown. And then there are easy ones that are 540 dilithium, which are on 15-minute cooldown. And then there are zone-wide dilithium, like you'll see these zone-wide missions that will be up, and they'll have different quests for you, and depending upon depending upon the difficulty on some of them, like there's one called Thinning the Hive, which will have you do 50 kills, or 100, or 250. If you get the 251, you will get 640 dilithium. It's less for the less kills. The zone-wide Mineral Matters one will get you 480 dilithium, and these are also on a 15-minute cooldown. So you could, if you enjoy shooting Tholians, can go to do all that stuff there. Go to Nukara and do the Tholian incursion over and over and over again. The Dyson Sphere technically has 2 battle zones, and it has a contested zone. The contested zone has an allied zone daily for 960 dilithium. The Voth battleground or battle zone, Commander Arnold down on the ground will have you secure various Voth points. That is the. What am I thinking? Oh no. Why is? Yeah. Okay. Never. I'm like, he'll give you missions to secure Voth points. You get 960 dilithium. Call in reinforcements, 480 dilithium. Acquire battle zone command credits, 240 dilithium. Defeating Voth in the battle zone, you get 0 to 960 dilithium. It's a 5-minute timer, and it depends on how many Voth you kill. You have to kill at least 10 Voth to get 480 dilithium, 40 to get to 720, and if you kill 60 or more, you get 960. And then also while you're running around in the Voth battle zone, there each point you help capture, you get 60 dilithium, and then at the end, each defeated V-Rex is 660 dilithium. So, though the challenge there is getting credit for the tag on the Rexes, because some people nowadays can just one-shot them and take all the fun away, I guess, or depending on how you look at it.
So,
yes.
So apparently on the dilithium asteroid, there's a path where you can like go down into the middle of it, like underground in the asteroid, and I'm like down in this dilithium cavern. It's really freaking cool.
Yeah, that's where the rich node is. On the fleet holding. So there's also in the Voth zone, the Undine battle zone. There are a bunch of points. If you go around and capture the points, you get 60 dilithium per. Upon completing the battle zone, reward varies based on planet killers defeated. 3 planet killers will come in with friends, with Undine friends of theirs, and you and everyone else has to try to take them out. For 1 defeated, you get 60 dilithium, 2 is 120, and 3 is 240. You'll notice that is very similar to the Badlands battle zone setup as well. And one of the more recent ones they've added in was the Gamma Quadrant battle zone. If you go to the Gamma Quadrant, you'll notice there's skirmishes. You fly up to one of the sectors that has a skirmish going on, and you can assist. You have, I think, 15 minutes to get through all 3 skirmishes to trigger the final event. And every skirmish you complete is 480 dilithium. And then the last battle zone is the Zenkethi battle zone, which is in Goncross system. This is yet another one of the ones where each captured point is 60 dilithium. And then at the end, once you've captured all the things and trigger the final sequence, there will be 3 Zentar dreadnoughts and their friends, and that will let you 1 defeated 60, 2 is 120, and 3 is 240. Sounds very familiar, huh? You know, it's almost like the Zenkethi, the Badlands, and the ones in the Dyson Sphere are kind of in the same ballpark on their creation and design.
Yeah,
and then
it makes sense. Tabby, you're in an asteroid, so why don't you tell us about that?
Sure. Let me bring the asteroid mining daily. So you've got 2 different asteroids that you can mine. Or I mean, you can also mine yours. You've got the Vlugata asteroid field. So you need a score of 735 with the little mini game, like the little spinny triangle thing that you gotta like shrink and grow to like align it. to get the maximum possible reward for either daily. The asteroid mining daily, you get 125 to 1500 dilithium. The rich dilithium claim daily requires dilithium mining claims up to 5,000. The Ferengi merchant can turn a dilithium claim item straight into straight fleet or reputation dilithium worth 2,500 per. Explain that one real quick.
So if you
Okay.
don't want to play the mini game, you can just go give your claim to the Ferengi merchant, and instead of having a chance of getting, 0 to 5,000 ore, he's just going to give you 2,500. But what he gives you can only be used for like your fleet projects or buying fleet items or your reputation projects.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
two choices you have when you turn in.
Oh, I mean that's not terrible because it depends on what your goals are because that could be a not terrible deal depending on how much you like mining and what your goals are. And then you've got the fleet dilithium mine, which is where I am right now. And so every 20 hours you can mine impure dilithium crystals up to 1,000, mine pure dilithium crystals up to 1,000, and rich dilithium crystals, which is where I am down in the asteroid down under, up to 480.
Does that equate to dilithium ore?
Yes.
Okay,
You still have to refine it all.
gotcha.
Yeah, you're not going to get awarded refined dilithium anymore.
Well, it says impure dilithium up to 1,000. So, like,
That's
if
true.
you get all 1,000, is that 1,000 dilithium ore? That
That's
was
true.
my question.
I mean, it still converts over the same as, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Tabby, you want me to take over for the other dailies, or you want to keep going?
Sure.
Okay. So there are a few other dailies that will give you dilithium. There's the Warzone dailies, like the one I have right here, to the front lines. Basically, these are world PvP zones. You have to go in there and complete 3 PvE objectives. Once you get all that done, it will award you 1440 dilithium. I'll tell you though, those can be really hard to get done if there's PvPers in there because they will hunt you down and prevent you from getting that stuff unless you are also a PvPer and are set up for it. There are some sorties. If you play an KDF character, there are sortie dailies. These reward 960 dilithium each, and then each one you do will also have optional objectives, and if you complete those, you get an additional 2,400 dilithium. I have not ran them. I have no idea what it entails. I do know it has something to do like with raiding. It's like back during the time of the war between the Feds and the KDF, and you're like raiding a Federation base. But I haven't ran it yet. I didn't have a chance to before today's show. In the Deferi sector, there are some dailies you can do. There is one called Emancipation that will reward 1440 dilithium. Aiding the Deferi is another one that will also give you 1440. And then the Rescue Deferi Captives gives you 480. So there's 3 over there you can do as a daily, get around 3,000, 3,300 dilithium. The Trailus System Satellite Repair will reward you 480. And then there are some new Romulus dailies that you can do that will give you 1,040 dilithium. Those are a little bit different because it's a little weird the way you look them up. So, like, here's one: the Atli. it will give you 720 dilithium ore and 320 dilithium ore. I don't know why it's listed twice, but you also get Romulan marks and stuff. So I don't know. Take that as you will. But there are dailies on New Romulus. Who wants to talk about? I'll do it. We can talk
The
about
events?
and then somebody else can do refining. So, as we all know, there is almost always an event going on in STO. Currently, it is the Red Alert event. When you complete the current event, whatever it is, however many progress points you need, it turns into a scaling dilithium reward. What that is, where it starts, kind of depends on the event. Usually with the red alerts, it starts at 1,000 and goes up from there. A lot of the bigger events will usually start between 5,000 and 8,000, and each day will add 1,000. So your first day you'll get 5, your second day you'll get 6. That is probably the absolute best way to get dilithium ore, because there's almost always an event going on and you can just stack up once you've completed or bought out the event.
The longer events tend to also reward roughly 25,000 dilithium for completion, but those normally are like the you need 20 completions to get it done. But still, that's a good chunk of dilithium that, yeah.
25,000 is nothing to sneeze at.
And then refining all this dilithium that you've collected on the various things. And hello, Exisimir.
Exisimir.
There's all kinds, like, what do you do? What do you do with all this stuff? Every player can refine 80 or 8,000. I would love 80,000. You can just by going to your assets, like go inventory assets tab, you click the refine button, and you can refine 8,000 a day just by going there. After that, let's say if you are a lifetime subscription player, you can go to the academy. There is a, I believe, dilithium specialist. It varies on their location for faction, but you can talk to them and they will give you a duty officer mission that will refine another 1,000. That will take 2 days to complete, and you can do that on every character. Same with the 8,000. This is all per character. The dilithium, the 8,000 every 20 hours, and the 1,000 duty officer mission. And then for those with the fleet that has this all unlocked, there is at the fleet dilithium mine, there is the mining foreman who will give you every day per character another duty officer mission to refine 500 more. So you can refine. So if you do all those options, and you have the lifetime sub and whatnot, that means you can refine technically 9,000 a day. I'm splitting the 1,000 per 2 day down into 500 per day because, that's what it'll average out to is 500 per day. But you can get 9,000 a day dilithium refined.
Per character.
Per character.
And that is it for dilithium. So I hope the list might help somebody out there. The goal is to get at least 8,000 per day, so you can always refine the MX per character. Some of us have too many characters to do that on. It would turn into a full-time job. But if you only have 1 or 2 characters, it's probably not impossible to get that done. And this
has 1 or 2 characters though.
There are people. I was reading a lot of people will use the battle zones and just farm it up that way. But honestly, to me, it seems like the patrols are probably the easiest way to do it. But
especially if you need to master ships.
That too. And I know some people don't like the patrols or get bored with the patrols. So there's other ways. Enjoy the list that we gave you. Go out and earn your dilithium.
Honestly, there's
Yeah,
enough ways that like you can, if you get bored with one method, you can opt for a different method for a little while until you get bored with that method, and then you can, again, switch it back up again. Yeah. And yes, Exosamir, the server going down again, not a super shocker, considering how broken they made today's patch.
Hopefully they fix it over the next couple days, but we'll see.
I'm gonna guess we're gonna have maintenance until it gets resolved. Like,
yeah, probably.
I
Let me
mean,
see if my traits are still here.
the trait exploration feature is neat and all, but a little annoying.
All right, so I do work tomorrow. I don't want to be up too late, but there's a few minutes left. You guys want to try running a TFO so we can check our traits?
let's run a TFO.
Do you want to do the daily and just do something really quick, or do you want me to queue us for a random?
Well, I mean, it's the event. I do need the daily.
All right.
But the daily takes like 30 seconds, so we could do the daily, then hop into a TFO. Right?
Let's see. Or I can just queue us up for the Alachi one and see what happens. That one takes a little bit longer.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out why I have certain.
Of course, if it takes too long, I might just get trigger happy and click some other buttons. Ah, there we go.
It is. Wayun.
What Wayun?
Wayun.
It's catching on. Yes.
Your plan is working.
My plan is succeeding.
I still have my traits.
As do I. Okay, I'll take it.
I have my traits.
I'll go over here for now.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Ho hum.
Ho hum? I'm home.
Hey, we're at 2%.
My bars are all boogered up from this too.
Now see, that is one thing that didn't mess up on mine. My bars are fine.
It slapped in things that I had removed from my bars. Because I don't normally put the cruiser power abilities on my bars because I it's handy and I can click up there, whatever. It's good. It's all good.
Yeah, I put the cruiser ability bar abilities on my bars just because it's constantly dropping them on there anyway. So I just find a place for them to live. It's like,
Tabby, are
fine if
you
they-
are you up there doing the thing?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing.
I
the
see
thing,
three
Julie.
people. I see three people doing the things.
Tenchi just got over there.
Warning, ship is under attack.
I think he noticed Tabby and I and decided to go help.
Target's shields have failed.
Ain't
I
no
decided
pressure
to-
like your pressure.
I decided to wreck face.
Well, you're so good at it. Oh, look, the NPCs are finally arriving.
Except for that top group.
True.
They're so slow.
It's like, come on, y'all.
captains. We are aware of problems with loadouts and traits after today's maintenance, and we're looking into it. We apologize for the inconvenience, and thank you for your patience.
We are aware of your awareness. But are you aware that we're aware of your awareness? Obviously not, because you keep trying to make us aware.
Fix our game.
My thing is by putting that on rotation, like on a time thing, it's
You're
just
making
going to
us
get
even more annoyed.
Yes. I get, like, when you first log in, it should, like, just wait a second to make sure you've fully logged in, and then pop the message once per player, and then that's call it good.
I'm guessing they're doing it to try and prevent people from spamming the forums.
Yeah, now we're just gonna spam the forums about how annoying the
spam is.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, we had it disabled before the top team got there.
Nice. And the boss fight is done.
Oh, that was a boss fight?
Welp?
Who was the boss?
That was a 80s sitcom, if I remember right.
Who's the boss? Yep. That would be correct. All right, so who are we gonna raid?
Well, first we end the recording.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so as always, let me do my normal thing, right? So Monday's fun night. Come join us for fun night. We'll help you do whatever you need. Or you can just watch us blow stuff up, because that's what we tend to do on fun nights. And then Thursdays are where we run Fleet Action Report, the more structured show like you just watched. Next week, we are doing a build on the Elios, the ship that I've been flying. It's a fun little ship. It's powerful. This is going to be neat. And as always, I will see you out there.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire. Unless you're in a plasma build, then it's fine.
No, you set the other people on fire with the plasma build.
Oh, that's right.
Live long and prosper, everybody. Stick around, and we will read somebody. Computer, end program.